Hey there, this is Workbench from Workbench Quagmire. Welcome back to my series on the Free Code Camp Python certification. And today we're on day 7. We're going to build a movie ticket booking calculator. So there's quite a few steps here. I kind of looked ahead here to see what this looks like, and I think we can get this done in one session without this video being too long. So let's get right into it. In this workshop, you will practice how to use Boolean and conditional statements in Python by building a movie ticket booking calculator. Begin by declaring variables that store information about user and the movie show. As you learned in previous lessons, variables are assigned using the assignment operator, the equal sign, this way. So the variable name x, which is not a good variable name, as we've talked about before, is assigned to, that's what the equals means, the value 10. Create a variable named base price to store the base price of the movie ticket and set it to 15. Create another variable named age to store the user's age and set it to 21. Okay. Oh. Hey, we made it. Okay, step 2. Now you need to store some string values about the movie ticket. You can store strings in Python this way. Again, we have the variable name is assigned to Alice, the string. Create a variable named seat type to store the type of seat the user has selected and set its value to the string gold. Create another variable named showtime to store the showtime of the movie and set its value to the string evening. Showtime. Right. Step 3. As you learned in previous lessons in Python, an if statement can be used to run code depending on if a condition is true. An if statement consists of the if keyword followed by a condition and a colon. The code to run when the condition is true, which must be indented, is called the body of the if statement. So here's our example. Keyword if, condition that will evaluate the true or false, and then the code that will execute if it's true. In this step, you will check if the user is eligible to book a movie ticket based on their age. Create an if statement to check if age is greater than 17. Inside the body of the if statement, print user is eligible to book a ticket. This will print the message only when the user's age is greater than 17. Remember to indent the body of the if statement and surround the message with a single or double quotes inside a print call. So if age is greater than 17, we're going to print there we go. Step 4. You'll now check whether the user is allowed to book an evening show based on their age. Create an if statement to check if age is greater than or equal to 21. Inside the body of the if statement, print the user is eligible for evening show. So we're basically doing the same thing here. This is 21. And then we're going to copy this string. Oh, greater than equal to 21. I didn't read that right. So there we go. Okay. In the previous step, you checked a condition using an if statement. The else clause is used to handle the case when the condition is false. Here's the syntax of if-else statement. So keyword if, condition that evaluates to true or false. The code immediately after the if runs if true. The keyword else, and then which will run if the code is false, if the condition is false. Now add else to your if clause and use print user is not eligible for evening show. And only print if the if is false. So else print. All right. Step 6. Some information can only be true or false. As you have learned in previous lessons, this can be represented using Boolean values. Create a variable named isMember to indicate whether the user is a member and set it to value true. Below isMember variable, create another variable named isWeekend to indicate whether the movie show is on a weekend and set its value to false. Do not surround the values with quotes. They are not strings. That's why we wouldn't do that. So is member equals true, and then is weekend equals false. There we go. Step 7. The user qualifies for a membership discount if they are a member. Create a variable named discount and set its value to 0. It will store the discount the user gets on the movie ticket. So discount equals the integer 0. If that was a float, we would type 0.0, but this is going to be an integer. So there we go. We're a third of the way through. In Python, if conditions don't have to compare values explicitly to true or false. Instead, they rely on truthiness of values. Truthy values evaluate to true in a Boolean context, such as the condition of an if statement. These include non-zero numbers, non-empty strings, and Boolean values. The Boolean value true. So, an example below here is if value is truthy, then print value is truthy. Create an if statement to check isMember is truthy. Inside the body of the if statement, update the discount value to 3 and print user qualifies for a membership discount. So if is member print. Oh, we update discount first. Discount equals 3. And then we are going to print the string user qualifies for membership discount. There we go. Step 9. You should also handle the case when the user does not qualify for a membership discount. Add an else clause to your if statement and print user does not qualify for a membership discount inside the else body. You can print a message followed by a variable like this. So there's our example. Remember, print total, and that comma will leave a space before putting the value of total in that same line. You also want to display updated value of discount below the else if statement. Use the print call to display a message that shows discount colon followed by the updated value of discount, and then check the output in the terminal. So first we're going to put an else statement here. Else print. I'm going to let them know they do not qualify. And then below this, we have to make sure we're not indented because there would be an error there. And if we didn't indent and put it here, it would assume it's part of this block related to else. So it would only print the discount if isMember is false, and we don't want that. So we're going to go down here, say print discount, colon, comma, comma, and discount. Hey, code passed. Step 10. In Python, the AND operator is used to check if multiple conditions are true. Here's how you can use it to combine two conditions in an if statement. So here's our example code. If condition 1, which will be true or false, and condition 2, then you would execute the code in the if block. The membership discount should only apply to members if their age is greater than or equal to 21. Greater than or equal to. I won't mess that up this time, hopefully. Use the AND operator to combine the existing condition of your if statement with another condition checking if age is greater than or equal to 21. So if member and age is greater than or equal to 21, space here to make it clean. And there we go. Step 11. Now change the value of is member to false, as user is not a member. After that, you should see that the discount value now remains at 0. So over here, currently, because they are a member and they are 21 or older, they get the discount of 3, which we see here. And so when we change is a member to false, we can see, like it says over here in the terminal, the discount has now gone to 0. So, all right, code passed. We're halfway through. Now create a variable named extra charge and set it to 0. This will represent extra charge to apply to the movie ticket on weekends. Then create an if statement to check is weekend is truthy. Inside the if the body of the if statement, update the extra charges value to 2 and print extra charges will be applied. So first we're going to create extra charges variable and assign it the value 0. Again, this is an integer. Then we're going to create an if statement and check is weekend. And then inside the if, update extra charges. I'm having a hard time. It's now equal to 2. And then we print the string extra charges will be applied. See how we did. All right, we made it. Now add an else clause to your if statement and print no extra charges will be applied inside the else body. This will print the message only when the extra charge condition is false. Then below the else clause, use the print call to display a message that shows extra charges followed by the updated value of extra charges and check the output in terminal. So this is similar to what we did before above. So first we have an else and then we print no extra charges will be applied. Okay. And then below the else clause, we print. All right. Oh, again, we got to be careful with that indentation. Print extra charges. Don't need the space. Space is given to us by the comma in the print statement. And then we print the extra charges. So you see you're in a terminal because is a weekend. What was our is a weekend? Showtime, blah, 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 is a weekend's false. Okay. So when we get down here, if is weekend, which is false. So we don't do any of this. We go straight to here extra charges will be applied, and then the value of extra charges is still 0. So we see that over here. Awesome. Yep. There we go. All right. Step 14. In Python, the OR operator is used to check whether at least one of two conditions is true. Here's how you can use it in the if statement. So it's if condition 1, which will be true or false, or condition 2, which is true or false. If condition 1 is true or false, it does not evaluate the condition 2. This is short circuiting we learned about before. Extra charges should also apply if the show is in the evening. Use the OR operator to combine the existing conditions of your if statement with a second check, checking showtime is equal to the string evening. So extra charges are applied on the weekend, or showtime is equal to the string evening. All right. Now you can check if the user satisfies the conditions to book a movie ticket. Users with age 21 or above can always book movie tickets without any restrictions. Create an if statement to check if age is greater than or equal to 21. Inside the body of the if statement, print ticket booking condition satisfied to the terminal. Then add an else clause to your if statement and print ticket booking failed due to restrictions inside the else body. So if age is greater than or equal to 21, we're going to print this ticket booking condition satisfied. Else, we're going to print the string here. All right. Okay, step 16. User between 18 and 21 can book tickets, but only when the show time is not evening. Use the AND operator to build an expression checking if age is greater than or equal to 18 and show time is not evening. Use the OR operator to combine it with the existing condition of the last if statement. Do not create new variables. So if they're 21 or the user's 18 or greater, and the show is not in the evening. So age greater than or equal to 18 and showtime is not equal to evening. All right, we did it. Step 17. There's one more exception to the booking rule. Users between 18 and 21 can book evening shows if they are a member. When logical operators are used in an if statement, conditions joined with and are evaluated before conditions joined with or. Parentheses are used in Python to group conditions and control the order in which they are evaluated. So here's an example, condition 1 and condition 2 or condition 3. So in this case, we would evaluate this part of the expression, and then we would evaluate the result of that with condition 1. So now add another condition to your if statement using or operator to check if is a member is truthy. Use the parentheses to group showtime, not evening, and is member condition together as shown in the above example. So showtime is not evening. Or is member. So If they're over 20, greater or equal to 21, we would immediately say print booking type ticket booking is satisfied. Or if their age is over 18 and the showtime is in the evening, or they are a member, or is not in the evening, or they are a member. So this is going to evaluate first, and it's going to give us our condition, our value, our Boolean, and then we're going to go here because ands are evaluated before ors, and then here. But when we go into here, if the age is actually greater than or equal to 21, it won't evaluate any of this because it's going to short circuit. So let's see if I got that correct. I did. Good job, me. In Python, an if statement can also be placed inside the body of another if statement. This is called nested if statements, or a nested if statement. A nested if statement allows you to check an additional condition only after the first condition has already been satisfied. The inner if statement will run only if the outer if condition is true. So if true, if whatever the condition here is. If this is false, if false, it does not evaluate this if statement. So now calculate the service charges based on the type of seat the user has selected. Still inside your last if statement, create a variable named service charges and set it to 0. So we're here in this body. Service charges equal the integer 0. And this is indented because we're still in the body. And then if seat type equals premium. Oh, back here, colon, and then gets updated to the integer 5. Uh-oh. We are raising an error before we even started here. Oh, maybe you mean double equals. I do mean double equals. There we go. Step 19. Now add else clause in your if statement and update the service charges value to 1 inside the else body. So again, we have to indent here. You can see here we got this outer if else with this. Now we have an inner if else. So okay. All right. Step 20. If, elif, else statements is used to check multiple conditions in order. So our example is if condition, if this condition is true, then this code will execute. If not, if this condition is false, it will evaluate this condition. And if it's true, this code will run. And then if neither of those are true, our else block will run. So add elif statement to your if else statement and check seat type is equal to gold inside the body of your elif statement. Update the value of the service charges to 3 below the if else statement. Use the print to display the message that shows service charges followed by the updated values of service charges. So this is similar to what we did before. So elif seat type equals gold, then service charges are 3. Now down, as I say, below here, then we're going to print service charges And we did our double equal thing again. There we go. Nope, that's the wrong line. There we go. So condition satisfied, service charge is 3. I think we coded that correctly. Let's see. Yes, we did. Step 21, final step. You will calculate the final price of the movie ticket using the values calculated in the previous steps. The final price is calculated by adding the extra charges and service charges to the base price and then subtracting the discount. At the bottom of your last if statement body, calculate the final price of the ticket and store it as a variable final price, and then print the message final price of ticket followed by final price. All right. So here we put in final price as our variable name, and then it is the value of extra charges plus, actually it's the base price. We'll start with that. Let's do things in order. Base price plus the extra charges plus the service charges minus the discount. And then we are going to print final price. Uh-oh. We have messed something up. So we messed up indentation. So we'll put a space here. So our calculator final price. So our final price is 20. Let's see if that's correct. It is. All right. That was it. That was our movie ticket booking calculator workshop. All right. Well, next time we'll tackle this theory section here on understanding functions and scope. Functions are really going to expand what we can do with Python, so it's going to be exciting. So I'll see you next time.